Hi guys, myself Dr. Hemavati Patil, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, Government First Grade College, Manhalli. Welcome to session 2 on sequences. In this session, we are going to study some more examples related with the sequence. First, let us study about the definition of least upper bound. That is, a number k is called a least upper bound of the sequence xn if it should satisfy the two conditions. First one is, it is an upper bound of the sequence xn, that is xn should be less than or equals to k for all n belongs to n. So this is the definition of this is the definition of an upper bound, that is if the sequence xn has an upper bound, then all the values should be less than or equals to k. And the second point is, it is the least, that is this upper bound should be the least one, that is given epsilon greater than 0, k minus epsilon is less than k, that is at least one positive integer m such that xm should be greater than k minus epsilon, that is k minus epsilon is not the upper bound. If you subtract a small number, small value from this k, then that k minus epsilon is not the upper bound. So that is here, this one is the definition of a least upper bond, that is it should be the upper bond. Fine. Second one is, for all epsilon greater than 0, then k minus epsilon is not an upper bond. If it satisfies these two conditions, then we can call it as a least upper bond. Next is greatest lower bond, that is it is also similar one. A real number k, small k, is said to be greatest lower bond of xn if, first point, it is the lower bound of xn, that is it is the lower bound of xn, that is xn should be greater than or equals to k for all n belongs to n. And the second point, it is the greatest, that is given epsilon greater than 0, k plus epsilon should be greater than k, that is k plus epsilon is not the lower bound of xn, and that is there exists at least one m belongs to n such that xm is less than k plus epsilon, that is. So we know here greatest lower bound means, first there should be some lower bound, that is xn, all the values of xn should be greater than or equals to that value k, and the second point is, for all epsilon greater than 0, k plus epsilon should be always greater than k, and this k plus epsilon is not the lower bound. Then such bonds are known as greatest lower bond of the sequence. Next is limit of a sequence. So like common limits, this sequence also has a limit. A real number L is said to be the limit or limit point of a sequence xn if for each epsilon greater than 0, there exists m belongs to n such that mod of xn minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than or equals to m, and it is written as limit as n tends to infinity xn is equals to L, or xn tends to L as n tends to infinity. So that is here mod of xn minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than or equals to m for epsilon greater than 0. So then this implies here limit as xn tends to infinity, xn limit as n tends to infinity, xn is equals to L, or xn is equals to L as n tends to infinity. You remember this definition. So that is mod of xn minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than or equals to m for epsilon greater than 0 implies limit as n tends to infinity xn is equals to L, or xn tends to L as n tends to infinity. That is converse of this one. If limit as n tends to infinity xn is equals to L means we can write it as mod of xn minus L less than epsilon also we can write. Next comes convergent sequence. We know convergent and divergent, you studied this one in last sum also. So let us take convergent sequence. In limits you studied in the last year, convergent limit, divergent limit, all those things you studied in the last sem. So here convergent sequence means a sequence xn is said to be converse to a real number L if limit as n tends to infinity xn is equals to L. That is, L is the limit of a sequence. If this L is finite, if the limit is finite, then we can call it as a convergent or convergent sequence. That is, for epsilon greater than 0, there exists m belongs to n such that mod of xn minus L. That is the definition. Just now I told you, in terms of mod, it is mod xn minus L less than epsilon for all n greater than equals to m. For example, here it is sequence 1 by n is convergent. That is, if you find its limit as n tends to infinity, x, this one is xn. It is equals to, if you find its limit, what will you get? Then this implies, if you find its limits, limit as n tends to infinity, here xn is 1 by n is equals to, 1 by infinity is equals to 0. That is, this kind of sequences are called convergent sequence. Next is divergent sequence. That is, a sequence xn is said to be diverse to positive infinity if for each positive real number k, however large, there exists m belongs to n such that xn greater than k for all n greater than equals to m. That is, you just remember, if the limit as n tends to infinity, xn is equals to plus infinity. That is, if the limit is infinite, then we can call it as a divergent sequence. Then again we have two definitions. If the limit diverges to plus infinity and the limit diverges to minus infinity, both are divergent sequences. For example, here the sequence n square also a divergent sequence. That is, then this implies what? If you apply the limit as n tends to infinity, n is equals to infinity, and this one is also same, limit as n tends to infinity, n square is also equals to infinity. If you substitute n equals to infinity, it also becomes infinity. So this is divergent sequence. Similarly, if the limit is infinite minus infinity, that is, a sequence xn is said to be diverged to minus infinity if for each positive real number k, however large, there exists m belongs to n such that xn is less than minus k for all n belongs to m. Then we write this limit as n tends to infinity, xn is equals to minus infinity. If the limit is minus infinity, then we can call it as it is also a divergent sequence. Only the thing is, here it is diverges to minus infinity. So these two are the examples. That is, the sequence minus n and sequence minus n square. Here also same thing. If you apply the limit, what we have here? Limit as n tends to infinity, minus n means it is minus infinity. So this is also similar. So these two are the definitions of divergent sequence. Here the limit diverges, that is, the limit is infinite, whether it is positive infinity or minus negative infinity. So it is a divergent sequence. Next comes oscillatory sequence. Oscillator means the limit is not finite, it is not either finite or infinite, it is convergent or divergent. A sequence xn is said to be oscillatory if it is neither converges to a finite limit or diverges to a positive or negative infinite, means it is neither convergent nor divergent. So it is in between some values, then we can call it as a oscillatory sequence. So that is a bounded sequence which does not converging is said to be oscillate finitely. That is, a sequence which does not converge is said to be oscillate finitely. That is, here you take one example, the sequence minus 1 raised to n is equals to, minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 etc. If you substitute n equals to odd numbers, you will get minus 1. When you put n equals to even numbers, you will get plus 1. So that is, here it is a converge, it is a finite limit. It is either minus 1 or plus 1, but it oscillates finitely. That is, the value is finite. Next one is an unbounded sequence which does not diverge is said to oscillate infinitely. That is, here the sequence should be unbounded and which does not diverge is said to be oscillate infinitely. For example, this also we studied in the last session, minus 1 raised to n into n. That is, if you substitute n equals to even odd numbers, you will get minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, etc. That is, here if you collect all negative values, you will get this is minus 1, minus 3, minus 5, etc. And positive values 2, 4, 6, etc. This is unbounded. That is an unbounded sequence which does not diverge. So it is also not a diverse, it is because here the minimum value is -1 and so here it is we don't have any minimum values. Minimum value is we cannot say minimum values, but because it is -1, -3, -5, etc. It is, and we don't have any maximum values also, so it is unbounded and it is said to be oscillate infinitely. It is oscillating, its value is in between -1, its value is we don't have its definite value. It is -1, -3, -5, 2, 4, 6 again. It is etc. It is like this. So this is the definition of oscillatory sequence. That is, it oscillates finitely and it oscillates infinitely. This is all about the definition of bounded sequence, least upper bound, greatest lower bound, and convergent sequence, divergent sequence, oscillatory sequence, and oscillates finitely and infinitely. This is all about this today's session. In the next session, I will start with theorems. So these two sessions are just introduction type. These are the basic definitions we studied about the sequences. So these definitions help us in the next sessions to understand the next topics. Thank you very much for being with me in this session. Thank you.